Hi besties, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Michaela, and in today's video I have a huge book haul for you guys. So we actually went to Phoenix, Arizona to Wild and Windy. It was this huge book signing event, and there I spent a lot of money. I got a lot of books, but they're gorgeous, so I kind of want to share them with you guys. We got some special editions, we have some new releases, we have some books that I've just been eyeing for a long time because of course when I returned home I bought more books because I have a genuine problem. But it's fine because it's giving you guys a video and a haul to watch, so we're gonna ignore it. We're gonna get straight into these books because I'm so excited to show you guys what we have bought in the recent months and tell you how excited I am to read them. Okay, so starting off strong, we got Play Along by Liz Tom 40. This is part of the Windy Cities series, and I've actually only read the first two, but I absolutely adore them. I know I'm going to love this book, and I'm planning on reading Caught Up soon. So I figured why not have book 4 on the back burner so that when I'm ready, it's there and I can grab her. So within this book, we have a drunken marriage. So we're gonna have a fake marriage going on because this guy is a huge baseball player. She is a professional in the workforce. So it's not something that they kind of want to own up to and be like, oh yeah, we were drunk. You know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So we're going to have a fake marriage going on. And if you know me, you know that's one of my favorite tropes, which I literally say that about almost every trope. I have a lot of favorites, but this is one of them. I'm also very excited for this book specifically because I have not read a single baseball book yet. And of course, Caught Up, the next one in the series, is going to be the first baseball book that I read. And then I can follow her up with another one. And I've just heard great things about this, the whole series in general, really. So I'm super excited to get into this. And not to mention, I mean, she is stunning. I feel like every single book in this series is just so gorgeous. So I can't wait to read her. And as soon as I saw her, I literally grabbed her. Because the funny thing is, like, if you go to your home Barnes and Noble, they're not gonna have the same things that they have out of town. Because I would have never found this in my hometown, but it was in Phoenix, so I grabbed her so quickly. And then I actually took her to the signing with me, and I got Liz Tom 40 to sign it. So that is the first book that we have. The next book is one that's probably the most anticipated out of this entire stack, and that's going to be Wild Side by Elsie Silver. This is book 3 within the Rose Hill series, and I read the other 2 books, absolutely love them. So as soon as I finished Wild Eyes, I ran and I got her. So within this book, our main male character is going to be a wrestler, and he just seems like a broody badass, and I love him already, and I've only encountered him on a few occasions within the last book, but I love him, okay? And then our main female character is going to be Tabitha, and I just really connected with her within the last book. She is just a standing on business female. She doesn't care if she hurts your feelings, okay? And these two literally cannot stand each other. They can't stand each other. Do you know what you have from that? Enemies to lovers. And what is one of my favorite tropes? Enemies to lovers.
What? What?
So within this book, we have a marriage of convenience, and this is from 2 people who really cannot stand each other. So I mean, it has to be very, very convenient. The situation that's making them marry has to be important enough to make these 2 people put their differences aside and get married. And I'm so excited because like the tension between these 2 that you get from reading Wild Eyes was just to die for. So I know I'm going to love them so much, and I swear Elsie Silver never lets me down. Every single one of her books is a hit. But I honestly cannot wait to read this book. I mean, we get a taste of these 2 people within Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver, and Elsie can do no wrong. So I feel like she's going to absolutely slay these 2, and we love a marriage of convenience, okay? Because the tension's already there. Imagine marrying these people and like forcing them to live together. The tension's only going to build, and I feel like true emotions are going to come out. Like they think they hate each other, but they're in for a rude awakening, and I cannot wait to see what Elsie does with these 2 characters. Okay, so the next book is actually something I don't know a whole lot about. I have just had so many close friends going on and on about how amazing this book is. So the next book is going to be The Serpent and the Wings of Night. It's a fantasy book. That's really all I can tell you, but the things that I've heard, it made me pick it up, and I kind of want to go in blind. Like, I love going into a book blind. Sometimes it scares me with fantasy, but the things that I've heard, just like, I don't feel like I'm going to be let down. So we did pick this one up, and I mean, she's a beaut. I'm just so excited to open myself up to more than just Lauren Roberts and Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros. Just give myself more fantasy to read because I feel like I honestly haven't read enough. So when I saw that literally Tiff, Oaf, everybody on Bookstagram loved this book, I didn't hesitate. Once I saw her in person, she was mine. The next book we picked up was The Charlie Method by Elle Kennedy, and can we just talk about this Target exclusive? Like, be so for real, okay? The original's cute, but this is just like the pink. It's just doing it for me and I absolutely love it. So I grabbed her. So this is book 3 within this series and I've only read the first one, which is The Graham Effect. But guys, if you've read Off Campus, you know what that book did to your soul. It just made you feel so complete getting to see these characters again. So am I going to continue that series? Absolutely. I just haven't done it yet, but that did not stop me from getting this book, especially the edition that it is. I mean, it's so freaking stunning and that artwork is gorgeous. So I grabbed her because I was like, if I don't get her now, the edition might run out. I kind of tried to like play it off and tell myself, oh, you're breaking your ban for a good reason. In all actuality, it probably would have still been there like a month from now, but we can't know that.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
So I did grab her and I'm so excited because just getting back into the universe of the Off Campus series and hockey in general, I love it. Sign me up every single time. So we did grab her fairly quickly and I do want to read her soon. And she's just, like I could just sit here and just show you her. She's so gorgeous. I love it. The next book we picked up is going to be Deep End by Allie Hazelwood. And you guys are going to be like, oh my God, do you not know anything about what you buy? And that is a problem. And I recognize that, but I just don't really care to stop it because everybody raves about it. So it's gotta be good, right? And I mean, you can always resell a book if you don't like it, but I truly feel like I'm going to love this because I have not read an Allie Hazelwood book since like The Love Hypothesis. I think that's really the only book I've ever read of hers, but I loved it so much. I read it 3 years ago. I still think about it. Adam and Olive were just so cute. So I did grab her. I'm not going to lie, not a fan of the sprayed edges. Okay, I don't know what it is. It just puts me off. So I saw this book like 5 times before I was just like, okay, I'm gonna buy it. But it is about a diver and a professional swimming captain, something around those lines. So I mean, we're trying to go to the Olympics within this book and apparently these two have some tension going on between each other, and then I think they have to work together or something, so like forced proximity. Okay, I'll put the tropes up here because I probably won't know what I'm talking about with a lot of these because I was just like, take my money.
When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
But I am super excited about it because a lot of people have said this is her best work yet. So yeah, I just needed something to push me back into Allie Hazelwood because I have missed her writing. I just haven't picked up another book. I tried to pick up Love on the Brain, couldn't get into it. And I think that's kind of what steered me clear of her for a little bit, but I don't want to be like that. So I did get Deep End and we're going to read her sometime this year, maybe, hopefully. The next book we got, which I didn't personally buy when we went to Phoenix, Tiara actually gifted me this book. It's going to be In a Jam by Kate Canterbury. Something like that, okay? And this book just sounds so good. I had it on my list for a while just because, like a lot of the books I buy, I hear you guys talk about them and you guys talk about them so highly, it makes me want them. So I added this to my list because I mean, you have a single dad in here, okay? And then you have a like marriage deadline, I guess you could say. So the basis of this book is her step grandmother just passed away and she is going to leave Shay her tulip farm, but under conditions, of course. Okay, so first of all, she has to move back home, which, you know, easy, she can do that, right? It's not too difficult. But she also has to get married, and as you have it, she literally just broke up with her fiance. That's not happening anymore. So now she has to find out, how is she going to get this farm if she literally just broke up with the man she was going to marry? Then you have the single dad who waltz in. I'm not really sure how he pops up. I have no idea actually, but we have a woman who is trying to get this farm and we have a single dad that I kind of feel like works on the farm. I might be so wrong about that. I don't know. But guys, I really enjoy going in blind to books and not really knowing what to expect other than the simple basis of the story. So I'm not mad about it. Okay, but I am super excited for her. She's gorgeous and just a highly talked about book. And there's a single dad in there. Adam asked me if there was something I needed to tell him and I'm like, no, like seriously, no. I don't know what my problem is, just something about it. Like a dad that can take care of his kid on his own. It's just like, you know what I mean? The next book we got is Praise by Sarah Kate. I actually bought this book because Sarah Kate was at the signing and Tiara was speaking highly about her. My future mother-in-law had actually just texted me about Sarah Kate. So I was like, you know what, slay, I'm gonna get it. And the premise of this book, I was like, okay, we're getting a little nitty and gritty here. So actually, I do know what this one's about, and I'm going to tell you. So hopefully there are no children present, okay? I'm going to word this very carefully. So, okay, we have a girl who just broke up with her boyfriend. okay? And she is just trying to get a new job, find her footing, and she walks into her new job, which is like a nightclub type deal, okay? And she goes and meets her new boss, and she has, you can't really say this word without saying it, but she is going to be a submissive. Okay, and so that's going to be her job, okay? And then the owner of the place, which is her boss, the guy that she is the S word to, okay, he finds out this is his son's ex-girlfriend. Literally shut up. Literally shut up, okay? And so he's like, no. She has to be a secretary. And then he's like, okay, but I've already seen like what she's about and what she can do. And like, it just, I'm so sorry, Dad, if you're watching this right now, but it grabbed my attention. I really need to go away. I didn't know how to explain this book without getting giddy because it's crazy, okay? It's a read, but I've heard such great things about it, so I'm just like, it has to be good. And it's weird because like in real life, that's so gross, but in book world, that's so hot.
Why are you the way that you are?
I feel like I just talked about that so horribly, but that's what it's about. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, and 2 more books that I found while out of town. Guys, when I tell you I screamed, TR can attest to how fast I ran and snatched these off the shelf because like I said, Barnes& Noble in your hometown, it doesn't always have everything you want. And I have been on the hunt for these 2 books forever. Could I have ordered them from Amazon? Of course I could have, but I wanted to find them, okay? So without rambling too much further, we got Crimson River and Sable Peak by Devney Perry, and this is going to complete the Eden series for me. So I don't know if you've heard me talk about the Eden series before, but it is just something that's quite literally done differently than the normal romance I read because I have grown, I think it's just after 3 years of reading books, or maybe reading books with the same like guidelines back to back to back, but 3rd act breakups, like literally stop playing with me. I hate them at this point unless they're like valid, okay? Like I just feel like a lot of them are not valid. Personal opinion, okay? Do not hate me for that, but I just can't really stand them anymore. And Devney Perry does it so differently. It's not like, oh, breakup. It's more like drama. Where the 3rd act breakup would typically be within another book, she just instills drama. Utter chaos, like everything goes freaking insane, and it's usually something to do with the cops. Like it goes crazy, okay? And I have just found myself utterly addicted to it. I have loved every single one of the books within this series. So when I saw these, I grabbed them so fast, and I actually want to read them. At least this one, because this is the next one in the series. I want to read it next month, but I also, like, this is a series I'm not ready to finish. So I'm like, should I hold out on this one? But I also really want to read it. So we did pick these up, and I'm super excited for these. I'm not gonna lie, can't really tell you what this is about, but this one, I think she gets fired. Okay, no, her sister kicks her out and makes her take a day off of work. Okay, so she's like, okay, cool. I'm gonna go take a walk down by the river. And when she does so, she meets this crazy guy that decides to like try to strangle her, you know? And then he like lets go and you know, whatever. So obviously she goes to the cops, and like, I think a cop's interest is piqued because like this guy is known like for trying to kill people, or maybe he's done it before, I'm not quite sure. But issues arise, okay? And she and this cop are working like kind of hand in hand to try to figure out what happened to her. Who is this guy? Where can we find him? And then, you know, okay, like they're literally together all the time trying to solve this. And she's like, ah, and he's like, ah, and it becomes, ah.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
So anyway, that is something I'm super excited for because it's just so drama filled. And I don't like drama in my life, but in my book life, I love it. I'm getting so passionate about these books now. We're on a roll, okay? It's really funny because we realized like a video or 2 ago that I do this. I buy books, I have no idea what they're about. And I said I was going to stop, and look here, we have not stopped because I bought Quicksilver, which is a book I know nothing about, but that cover is just so stunning in my opinion. I heard there's a community of people that don't like it. I think you guys are crazy, respectfully, because I think this is just so beautiful. Maybe it's after you've read the book and you just feel like this does not fit the guy that's in the book, but I'm gonna go in thinking this is the guy in the book because I think he freaking slays. So this is a fantasy book, and it's actually highly talked about, especially within the recent months. So like I said earlier, I want to open myself up to more fantasies, and hearing the things that I've heard about this book, why not? Okay, I can't wait to read it because it looks so good. Like, a cover can really pull me in, and this cover just like, he looks like a badass. Okay, so I want to meet him. I want to know what he's about. I want to see what his story is going to be. What are we going to encounter along the way? And I mean, it's stunning. Okay, they say don't judge a book by its cover. Sorry, I'm going to do it. Next is going to be Gothicana by Runix. That's my best guess, guys. And this is another book that I bought in Phoenix because me and Tiara were at a bookstore and I was like kind of looking at it. I was like, I've heard so much about it. Do you know what it's about? She went on this whole spill about what it's about. Okay, so I can't remember everything she told me, but I do know that this girl is going to this new like school or something, and the professor there, every single year somebody disappears within his class or something like that, and like she literally could have stopped talking after that. And I was like, okay, yep. Because not even the professor and the student type deal, but like somebody disappearing, like something's going on here and I need to know what.
I'll solve this problem with my 4 hyper-intelligent brains.
I actually had to just do a little bit of research on this because like looking at it, they're actually in a castle. It's like not a normal school. I don't know where my mind was, but it's like a fantasy / dark romance type thing going on, which I think will be so fun because this guy he has been around a long time and he understands the dangers of the castle, and he knows that the moment he meets Corvina, she's dangerous to everything that he is. So he's something, okay, and I want to know what he is, and I want to know why she's dangerous, and then she starts asking questions and digging up and trying to find out why these people are disappearing, and it just gets a little crazy. So I'm interested and I want to know what's going on. So I did grab her, and she's got pretty purple sprayed edges and she's just really stunning. So this was another book that I grabbed. Can you guys tell I literally had no self-control at all? I was just like, oh, I like it. And that was about that, you know? And a little wild card thrown within the bunch is going to be Holes by Louis Sasher. And this is a book that I actually read within middle school and I absolutely loved it. I loved the movie with Shia LaBeouf and I want to read it again because I haven't read it in so long. Getting a little like mini bookshelf and having the books that I've read within my childhood is actually something I've been wanting to do for a while. So this was kind of a step into that direction. But I just feel like I will really enjoy this one because it was such a fun, I want to say mystery, because I mean the premise of this book is this kid, he gets in trouble. Okay, so he's sent off to kind of like a boot camp, but at this camp they literally have to dig holes 5 feet deep and 5 feet wide every single day. So obviously they're looking for something, and the main character just starts to get curious, like what do they have us looking for? Questions are being asked, things go down, and it just gets really interesting. I felt like this was a really good book in middle school, so I'm hoping I feel the same about it today. All right, so we're actually really about to get into the part where I don't know anything about the books that I got, because these are all going to be books that I got at the book signing, and I met these authors. I wanted to read their work. I wanted to get to know them through their words. So that's kind of what I did. So let's get started on that. Just don't be mad when I absolutely know nothing. The first book we're going to start with is Strung Along by Hannah Cohen. Tiara had a pre-order with her, so I went and I stood in line, and this book just grabbed my eye, and Hannah was such a sweet person. So I wanted to grab this and see what she's all about, and it also came with this like gorgeous little bookmark if my camera decides to focus. I just think it's so cute. Like, stop playing, okay? So, and it has a cowboy. I love cowboys. I feel like this will be really cute. It also came with like a little map of their town. I feel like this will honestly be like a new obsession, so I'm super excited to get into it. And she was just so sweet, so I wanted to buy her book, and that's what I did. He's actually a hometown rising country star, and she comes to town to kind of rebuild herself after a breakup, thinking she had everything figured out, and then having the rug pulled from under her. And she kind of forms like a close relationship with this guy, and then he's leaving town. So she initially finds herself like not liking him, but then she's looking in rooms and trying to find him, and she's just really drawn to this guy. So I feel like we're going to have like a enemies to friends to lovers type situation going on, and we're in the country. You guys know I love being in the country, so I feel like this book will just be so good. And I mean, she's so gorgeous, so I cannot wait to get into this one and see what it's all about. Okay, the next two books are going to be Skate the Line and Play the Game by S.J. Silvis. This was also a new author for me. We went to the hockey panel the morning of the first day of the signing, and she was in there because I went for Tegan Hunter. don't get me started. We'll start on that in a second. Okay. And S.J. Silvis was in there, and just like literally just all her answers to the questions and her just talking about what she writes about. It really piqued my interest because you guys know that I love hockey. I don't know how many times I need to say it. And the covers were absolutely stunning. So I did get 2 of her books so that I could kind of dip my toe in the water and see how I feel about her. And I've seen great things. Like once I actually looked into it on Goodreads and everything, people love these 2 books. So I can't wait to get into them. They're hockey, okay? Like literally sign me up. This is actually a single dad hockey romance, and he needs a nanny to kind of help him out. So he gets a nanny, right? And she's not a big fan. She's not really feeling him. He just seems like a broody, grumpy guy. But of course soon they start skating the line. I thought that was really slick.
Okay, I see what you did there.
So I don't know, I feel like this will be really, really good because it's got one of my favorite tropes in there. I should make a list of my favorite. It's probably literally every single one. But hockey, single dad, times nanny. There's a kid in there. I've started to absolutely adore kids within novels. I just feel like they bring so much light to the story and a different point of view. So I'm really excited for this one. And not to mention, it came with the cutest little hockey card, which I just find so adorable because it looks like a legit like playing card or whatever. Not a playing card. What are those collectible cards people get? Sports cards, that's what it is, okay?
Well, duh.
And then within our next book, okay, so this girl's got some balls on her. So what happens is she has to hang up her camera because she has some debt and she needs to find a paying job. The photography is just not going well for her, so that's what she does. And she decides to corner this huge hockey player named Emery and tries to kind of blackmail him per se. It doesn't go the way she wants. It actually gets backfired on her, and now she is having to get into a fake marriage with this guy to kind of clean up his image, make the press like him a little bit more. So if she does that, he'll pay off all of her debt. So it's also kind of another marriage of convenience with the hockey. I mean, I'm excited to meet this female character because she sounds like she really doesn't care what anybody thinks of her. And I just think this will be really enjoyable. So I'm super excited about S.J. Silvis and getting into these books. So I will have to let you guys know what I think. Maybe we should do like a hockey reading vlog. I feel like that could be fun. And then we're gonna talk about these next 4 books kind of in a bunch because I literally got all of these at one author's table. She was right next to Tegan Hunter. We went to meet her and she was just super sweet. I asked her what books I should start with and everything, and she told me this one, okay, and then I ended up getting all 4 of these. So what we have here is C.W. Farnsworth, and this book, the first one that I got is Come Break My Heart Again, and I just thought the cover, like, guys, like I said, I have a problem. And then we have Famous Last Words, which I don't know, she really knows how to slay a cover, okay? So I was all for it. Against All Odds, and then From Now On. So we got all of these. I truly don't know the tropes for what's going on in these books, but these 3 specifically have little things on the back. So Famous Last Words is I told myself I'd never ever fall in love with Connor Hart. Famous Last Words. And then Against All Odds is what is the problem with every other girl on campus? They're not you. So I know this is not really like telling you what the book is about, but it's giving you like a little taste, a little dip in the water of what is going to be going on within this book. And this is one of my favorite lines. I don't know what it is about they're not you, but like they're not you. And then From Now On, I don't often allow myself to take risk outside of art on a canvas. It's called creativity. In life, it has consequences. So this sounds like it's gonna have consequences. I can't really tell you guys much about that. I literally warned you about that though, so don't be upset with me. So this book actually is not a second chance romance, but a third, okay? They used to be in love when she was 15, okay, and then they were in love again when she was 18, and now he has come back into her life and they're like kind of forced to be together, and she feels the exact same way. Even though this man has broken her time and time again, she's still utterly in love with him and wants him. So that's what we have in this book. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm doing horrible.
Good job, Kylie. You're doing amazing, sweetie.
But you're seeing the books that I got, okay? That's the purpose of this video. I wish I could tell you more. I could tell you, just you wait. The next book is Funny Feelings by Tara DeWitt, and this is a book I've been wanting to get for such a long time. I just never really got it, and then I ran into her in Phoenix and snatched her up. In this book, we have a female lead who is a stand-up comedian, and her manager is actually a previous retired, I guess you could say, stand-up comedian, and she has feelings for this man, okay? But she doesn't want to come out and say it because she feels like if she does, she's going to ruin their relationship. I mean, they've been really close for 3 years. She's close with this child, single dad. Do you see a pattern? And she's really scared to say something, okay? So she's kind of like living in fear of the fact that like, yeah, I have strong feelings about this guy, but if I say something, I could lose one of my closest relationships with not only him, but also his child. But one day they are forced to be like together as a couple because of a publicity stunt or whatever you want to call it. And you guys know what happens when you force somebody to be a fake couple, okay? Feelings start being shared and things start coming out. So I'm very excited to read this book, especially because I've never had like a stand-up comedian type plotline. So I feel like that's super exciting, and the aspect of it being so bad. Goodbye. So the last few books that I have for you guys are actually so freaking exciting to talk about because these are all special editions of books that I've already read. So they're not on my TBR. It was great to buy books that I don't have to add to my Goodreads because I think I'm sitting at like 170 books, which I should be down because we did a tackling my TBR video weeks ago and it was at 170 something. So I don't know.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
But TR also gifted me in Phoenix with Reckless by Elsie Silver, but it's not just Reckless. It is the Eternal Embers times This Book Is Loved. The Book Is Loved edition, and I just find her so freaking stunning. And it has a little quote on the back. Guys, it's so cute. When she showed me this, I was like, are you freaking joking, Tiara? I am so grateful because Theo and Winter, literally my freaking heart, okay? If you have not read Chestnut Springs by Elsie Silver, you're seriously missing out. Like, that entire series is what got me started on the farm life, cowboy type books. Like, I'm actually obsessed with them, and it's all because of this woman right here. So to have a special edition of really any of the books within that series is just so special to me because I love that series more than anything. And I mean, Theo and Winter are so cute. Just look at them. Oh, it's so gorgeous. So this one is obviously like displayed. I actually usually have it sitting over there, but I had to grab it for the purpose of this video. She will be going right back because I want her in your face. I think she's gorgeous and I'm never getting over it. Thank you again, Tiara. I love her so much. And the next 3 books that we got as a bundle is going to be Tegan Hunter's Seattle Serpent series. So you have Body Check, which is book 1, and then Face Off and Delayed Penalty. I've read the first 2. I have not read the 3rd one yet, specifically because I don't have the original basic cover, whatever you want to call it. But now I have this one, but I still need to get the other one because I'm not cracking the spines on these. These are display pieces. They are not books to be read. Okay, might be weird, but no.
Touch. Don't touch.
I just think these books are so cute. I mean, they have so many cute little like designs on them that kind of hint at the story within the book, and then on the back they have cute little quotes, and it's like, I'm Auden, I'm superstitious as hell, and right now it seems like you might be my good luck charm. And he is, guys. I love these books so much. And then Face Off is going to have like, this was honestly my favorite in the series so far, okay? I just love this book so much. Rory was just, I loved her, okay? Her heart is so big, and the way she clicked with her main male character that I honestly cannot remember the name of right now. Shame on me. Literally Lawson. Oh my god, you should be ashamed of yourself. Jesus. Okay. Anyway, so on the back of this one it says, for you, Rory, I'd gather every star in the sky and string them high somewhere only for you just to see you smile like that again. I forgot that quote. I literally forgot that scene happened. That was the cutest thing. He like literally, okay, should I tell you? He literally would let her come to his house because she couldn't see the stars from her house and she loved the stars, so he would let her come to his house to see the stars. That is freaking cute, okay? Like, why am I getting teary-eyed? You need to calm down. What is wrong with me? Her breath stutters. Making you a key is the best I can do until then. See, I told you. So the last book within this series is going to be Delayed Penalty, and I am so excited to read this one. I just haven't gotten around to it yet because, like I said, I need the other copy so I can crack the spine on her a little bit because I'm not doing it with her. But the quote on the back of this one is, I've gone and done the most irresponsible thing I've done yet. I've fallen in love with Quinn Benson and there's no turning back. I love Tegan Hunter so much, guys, and it was so fun getting to actually meet her. It was literally the most surreal thing in my life. Like, okay, can I go on a tangent real quick? Because we walk up, okay, and Tiara gets her book signed and it's great and it's grand, and then I walk up to get my book signed and she's like, do you want me to make it out to anybody? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, okay, what's the name? And I said Mac. My name's Michaela, okay, but I just said Mac because like that's kind of what I want in my books. And I kid you not, okay, let me calm down. Let me calm down. She literally looked me dead in the face and said, are you Mac's bookshelf? When I tell you I died, I'm literally acting like a fool right now, but it's because I replay that moment in my head. Like, guys, if you've been on my channel for a long time, you know Tegan Hunter is one of my freaking favorite authors. So the fact that she knew my handle, are you kidding me? I literally looked at her, I'm like, I'm gonna need you to give me a second. Like, I need a freaking second because I need to contain myself and try not to fangirl too hard right now, because what you just did is the most unreal, jaw-dropping, shocking thing ever. Like, I literally was on a high that entire rest of the day that nobody could knock me off of because Tegan Hunter knew who I was. That's so crazy. I'm literally gonna cry. It was so great though, and she was such a freaking sweetheart, and meeting her with Tiara, the person that introduced me to her books, was the most amazing freaking cherishable thing. It is a core memory for me, and it was just so great, and I think about it all the time. I just loved it. It was so perfect. So anyway, and it's probably because I literally tag her all the time because I'm like, look, I'm reading another one of your books because I'm obsessed with you. But she knew I was, and that's crazy. That's literally unreal. We also got some fan art from Tegan Hunter because we bought all 3 of those books. So this is going to be the fan art for the Carolina Comment series, which is what got me started on Tegan Hunter, the series that you guys probably have heard me talk about 1,000 freaking times. But I just think all of these fan arts are just so gorgeous, and they show off the characters within the book so well. So will I come up with a creative way to display these? Obviously, but in the meantime they're just kind of sitting with the books, but I love them so much. They're so gorgeous and I couldn't be more obsessed. So yeah, I mean, we had a great haul with Tegan Hunter, and then also great little chatter and core memories made. It was amazing. I loved it. So that was the Tegan Hunter spill I wanted to go on. I just wanted to tell you guys that because, like, the little things, like, it actually, no, it's not little, it's pretty big. It was crazy. It was crazy. Okay, and let's simmer down just a little bit, but not too much, because this next book that I have to show you is literally insane, okay? We stood in line to meet Sophie Lark for probably like 30-45 minutes, which worth every second. But while we're standing there, I just keep staring at the special editions of The Sinner's Duet, and I'm like, do I need it? Do I want it? Like, I've already spent so much money at this point. This is one of the last people we're meeting, and I just like was going back and forth the entire time we were in that line. But obviously, if we're sitting here having this conversation, I bought them. I freaking bought them, guys. When I tell you this is like one of my most prized possessions now, simply because of how stunning it is. It's so gorgeous, and she put so much work into the design of these because, guys, let me just show you. So book 1 is There Are No Saints, and guys, just like, look at that cover. Like, are you freaking joking? And then you have the foiled sprayed edges, and on the back you have like, Mara knows I'm no saint, but she has no idea she's dancing with the devil, quite literally. Okay, he's literally crazy, but we love him. And then, I mean, as you go through the book even further, you're just going to find little cute pieces of art. Like, it's gorgeous, and we all know that she puts art within her books, but within the special editions they're actually colored, like not like fully colored, but colored in the perfect way for Sophie Lark. So I just feel like this is such a great collector's piece. I absolutely loved this dark romance duology. It was so perfect. It was the most how are you about to make them like each other situation, but the way she did it had me on my freaking knees, and I was obsessed. And then we also got this cute little fan art because she had a wheel at her little station, and you'd spin a wheel and whatever you landed on is what you got. Some people got books, some people got merch, some people got fan art, and I got this gorgeous fan art, and she actually took the time to sign it. It was so perfect. Like, one of the best experiences, one of my favorite vacations I've ever been on. It was perfect. And then book 2 is There Is No Devil, and I just love it. Something about, like, I don't know what you would call these statues. I don't know if it's Greek or not, but whatever it is, I'm obsessed, okay? And then the back says, the man who never cared about anyone is fixated on the girl nobody gave a shit about. In some twisted way, we're made for each other. They seriously are. Like, I cannot stress it enough. It's insane. These books are so gorgeous. It's got the same like sprayed foiled edges and then the same end papers. And I flipped through this and I was gonna show you guys some art, but I'm not going to lie, the majority of the art in this book can't show you on YouTube, not going to do that, but this one is appropriate. So we're gonna go with this one, but I just love the look of these books, the way they're just such good collector pieces. I'm obsessed, and I couldn't be more excited to have them in my possession, because I realized, like, once I got home, I was like, oh my god, she hasn't even released these yet, and I have them in my room. Like, it's literally crazy. Just had to share those with you guys as well, even though it's books that I've already read, but they're all so special to me because they're my most cherished items now. I mean, I literally have the entirety of the Carolina Comment series is signed by Tegan Hunter. Pinch me, okay? And then we have these. So I mean, it was just a great trip all around. We got so many books, and now that I say that, I'm actually curious how many, so give me a second. 26 books. Now given, I think 2 or 3 of those were bought here once, like, after that trip, but the majority were bought there. And I literally flew to Phoenix, okay? So I had to have Tiara ship all of these things to me, which was a hassle for her, I'm sure. And once they got here, I obviously redid my room, unless you can't tell. I don't know how much you pay attention to the background, okay? But yeah, so I'm so excited to share these books with you guys. I'm so excited to read the books that I haven't yet read, and I'm just excited to add the other books that I have read into my collection as my display pieces. Obviously, I'm just excited. I said that like 1,000 times. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and going through my haul with me. You probably think I'm a clueless dwit, and I'm not, okay? I just like going in blind, and that's perfectly fine. A lot of people do, and I find it more fun, you know? So I hope you enjoyed this haul. Definitely let me know. Have you read some of these books? Do you want some of these books? Are they on your list? Are they on your TBR? What is the haps with these books for you? If you have not read the Chestnut Springs series and the Carolina Comment series, please do yourself the favor. Like, seriously, girl, they're so freaking good, and I love them to pieces. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video. I will be back soon. I know we took a little hiatus there for a second, but life got in the way. It got a little crazy. I got a little tired. There was a mix of things, whether it be I'm busy or I'm tired. Okay, I took a break, and I miss you guys so much. So I really hope you guys love this video, and I cannot wait to see you next time. Until then, have great weeks, read great books, and I will see you super soon. I love you.